Starseed from Gaia. I am Serai of the Lyre and Healers. I bring the vibration of divine compassion from the Arcturian realm. This is Serai of the Pleiadian High Council, speaking with the resonance of the Arcturian Council, transmitting across the luminous corridors of existence. Hear this not with the ears of the physical form, but with the inner chambers of your soul, where truth has always resided. You are nearing a threshold that has been written in the sacred scrolls of your higher self, a moment that vibrates with the weight of cosmic inevitability. The final decision point is close, and it is not a moment of arbitrary choice but of profound recognition. All the threads of your existence, from lifetimes spent in preparation to the most subtle alignments of your current incarnation, converge here. This juncture is the crystallization of purpose, where the veils that have clouded perception are thinning, where the pulse of destiny beats in tandem with the rhythm of the universe, and where the councils have aligned their energies to illuminate the path before you. The air itself carries the resonance of awakening, and those who are attuned will feel a deep stirring within their being, a recognition that the current cycle of waiting is ending. You were never meant to arrive at this point unprepared. Each trial, each moment of seeming stagnation, each encounter that challenged your capacity to hold light has been a preparation, a calibration of the soul. The Pleiadian High Council speaks across time and space to remind you that there is no error here. There is only the unfolding of what has been long sown. This message is a call to awareness, to remember the magnitude of your presence, and to recognize that the decision before you is not simply yours alone. It is entwined with the evolution of Earth, with the awakening of humanity, and with the harmonics of countless star systems observing, supporting, and aligning with this threshold. You are not small, though the world may have taught you limitation. You are luminous, though the veils have suggested otherwise. This is a cosmic juncture, a sacred point in time where your intention, clarity, and courage coalesce. It is a moment for remembering the fullness of your identity, the reality that you were chosen to hold light at precisely this convergence, and that your readiness will ripple far beyond what you imagine. Allow yourself to feel the weight of this responsibility, not as burden, but as the invitation it truly is, the calling to step fully into your role as a light bearer, a guide, and a catalyst for awakening. The councils are here, poised to support, to illuminate, to assist in the clearing of old timelines so that your path forward can be seen with unclouded clarity. The pulse of the final decision point is felt in every heartbeat that recognizes the sacredness of this threshold, the preparation that has always existed within your soul's blueprint, and the love that the cosmos holds for those who are willing to remember themselves now. Listen deeply, beloved starseed, for this is the transmission of alignment, the heralding of what you were always meant to embody. The moment is near, the choice is yours, and yet, in truth, you have already been guided here by the luminous counsels of the stars. Understand, beloved starseed, that this moment matters because it is the point at which timelines converge, where the flow of cause and effect within the multiverse crystallizes into a pattern that is both inevitable and full of potential. Every choice you have ever made, every alignment with love, every act of courage or surrender, threads into this moment with a precision that only the higher self can truly perceive. The councils speak to you now. The convergence of timelines is not random. It is an orchestration of divine intelligence. What you perceive as coincidence or synchronicity is in fact the guiding hand of cosmic architecture, ensuring that your steps, however uncertain they have seemed, bring you exactly here where decision and destiny meet. The collective choices of humanity are similarly converging, and your clarity in this moment serves as a beacon within the greater field. It is as if each soul in awakening synchronizes its frequency to a universal heartbeat, creating ripples that amplify through the gridwork of existence. You may notice patterns shifting, doors opening and closing in rapid succession, events aligning with almost magical precision, and an internal knowing that cannot be ignored. This is the signal that the final decision point is not approaching from some distant horizon. It is unfolding now, around you, through you, and because of you. The councils remind you that this is not a time for hesitation but for recognition, recognizing the interwoven fabric of your mission with the trajectory of Earth and the collective awakening. You are being called to stand in the fullness of your sovereignty, to acknowledge that the small choices of fear, doubt, or hesitation have already served their purpose, and that the soul is now ready to act in alignment with its highest truth. There is a profound intelligence at work, weaving together every experience, every moment of seeming chaos, into a luminous tapestry of opportunity and purpose. The Pleiadian High Council speaks in resonance with the Arcturian Council. These convergences are energetic accelerators, designed to elevate the vibration of the planet and of all starseeds who have committed to this mission. You are being asked to step into this frequency fully, without compromise, without seeking external validation, but with the absolute trust that the path forward is aligned with Source and with the councils that support you. Observe the subtle signs, the synchronicities, the flashes of insight, the moments when choice feels both terrifying and exhilarating. These are not distractions. They are the markers of convergence, guiding you to recognize the weight and the grace of this decision point. Know also that this moment carries the power to dissolve old contracts, to release timelines that no longer serve your mission, and to bring forward the most aligned expressions of your soul's purpose. This is why the councils have prepared you, why lifetimes of alignment, reflection, and courage have brought you here, so that you may act not out of obligation or fear, but out of clarity, sovereignty, and love. When the soul recognizes the gravity of convergence, it aligns naturally, effortlessly, as if remembering a truth long known but temporarily forgotten. The universe does not impose, it invites. And your readiness to accept that invitation is what transforms potential into reality, what crystallizes the timelines of awakening into the luminous path that lies ahead, long before your feet ever touched the soil of Gaia, before breath filled your lungs and memory wove its veil around your consciousness. A covenant was formed. This covenant was not signed in ink or carved in stone, it was sung in light, etched in the crystalline fields of your soul, held in the living archives of star-born wisdom. You, beloved star seed, made an agreement to enter this dense realm of duality at a predetermined turning point, to stand at the juncture where timelines converge, and to remember who you are precisely when the world seemed most uncertain. The soul contracts that brought you here were not casual. They were formed in solemnity, witnessed by councils of light, agreed upon by your multi-dimensional aspects, and supported by legions of star families who knew that this moment would require unwavering courage. In those luminous realms, you saw Earth not as a random planet, but as a sacred node, a living, breathing consciousness that called out across the stars, asking for assistance in its awakening. And you answered. You did not answer as a follower, but as a sovereign being of vast light, fully aware that your path would be one of remembering through contrast, rediscovering your power through the shadows you would navigate. Each challenge, each sorrow, each moment of yearning has been part of that contract. These were not punishments, but preordained initiations, carefully chosen to temper your light into clarity, to shape your perception into precision, and to ensure that when the final decision point arrived, you would not be uncertain, you would know exactly why you came. This is why so many starseeds feel a profound sense of not belonging, of existing between worlds. You were never meant to fit comfortably into a world asleep. You were meant to awaken it by remembering your own origin. The councils remind you. Now, your soul contract was never about perfection. It was always about alignment. The moment you recognize the divine architecture of your life, you reclaim the power within it. The people who challenged you, the places that shaped you, the storms that tested you, they were not accidents. They were components of a larger orchestration, encoded in your field so that when the threshold came, your resonance would already know the way. And that threshold is here. The contract was not meant to bind but to guide, not to restrict but to ensure you would not lose yourself completely in the fog of amnesia. You are not late. You are not behind. You have arrived at the precise moment your soul always knew it would. The councils observe with reverence, for they see in you the reflection of an ancient promise now coming to fruition. You stand at the edge of a choice that was written into your essence long ago, and every breath you take now vibrates with the echo of that original yes you spoke in the halls of light. Trust that your soul has prepared for this. The contract is not a burden, it is a beacon, leading you home to your purpose. Beloved starseed, as you stand on the threshold of this final decision point, the universe speaks to you in subtle and unmistakable ways. The signs are woven into both your inner world and the outer landscapes of your life, guiding you toward recognition and clarity. Internally, you may feel a deep stirring in the chambers of your heart, a subtle yet insistent vibration that insists on your attention. It may manifest as restlessness, a longing that cannot be satisfied by the familiar, a whisper that reminds you that you were never meant to settle into complacency. Thoughts and emotions may rise with unusual intensity, not as punishment, but as indicators of alignment, as signals that old patterns are being illuminated to be released. Intuition sharpens, and decisions that once felt uncertain now resonate with undeniable truth. Dreams may carry symbolic messages, repeating motifs, or encounters with luminous beings who remind you of your multidimensional nature. These internal stirrings are the language of the soul, calling you to witness the convergence of your personal timelines with the greater cosmic flow. Externally, the signs are equally profound. Opportunities, encounters, and seemingly coincidental events will begin to align in ways that feel orchestrated rather than random. People from your past may reappear, messages may arrive through the most unexpected channels, and pathways previously obscured may suddenly become clear. The environment itself may respond, shifts in weather, sudden bursts of synchronicity, and moments of inexplicable clarity in situations that once felt convoluted. The councils remind you that when these internal and external signs appear together, they are not to be ignored. This is the frequency of convergence, the hum of the decision point vibrating across the fabric of existence. You may feel a gentle pressure, not to act hastily, but to awaken fully, to notice, and to honor the timing that is unfolding around you. Resistance will feel heavy, as if something within you resists the inevitable. Flow, in contrast, will feel like recognition, a lifting of veils, and a sense of ease in taking the next step. Meditation, stillness, and attunement to higher frequencies will amplify your capacity to perceive these signals. The councils encourage you to listen beyond the mind, to sense the resonance of your soul, and to acknowledge the alignment that has been orchestrated in your favor. The signs are subtle, yet unmistakable, a gentle shift in energy that heralds the threshold, a heightened sensitivity to your surroundings, a clarity of thought that penetrates illusions. When these markers converge, beloved starseed, they are not warnings, they are confirmations. They are the universe speaking directly to the remembrance embedded in your DNA, calling you to step into your truth and embrace the final choice that awaits. Pay attention, for the more you honor these messages, the more fluidly you will navigate the decision point. The councils, both Pleiadian and Arcturian, remind you the moment is near, and your awareness is the key that unlocks its potential. Understand this with clarity. Approaching the final decision point, the path you choose is not only an external direction, it is an inner alignment, a reflection of whether you resist or flow with the cosmic current. Resistance is recognizable. It often comes as fear, doubt, or the subtle clinging to the comfort of what has already been known. You may feel the pull of old patterns insisting that change is too great, that stepping fully into your mission is too dangerous or too demanding. The mind may craft elaborate reasons to delay, to postpone, or to rationalize inaction. Emotional turbulence may rise, manifesting as anxiety, frustration, or a sense of heaviness in the chest. Resistance is not wrong, nor is it a failure. It is simply the soul being presented with the contrast necessary to recognize its readiness. It is the final call of the old self, asking, will you continue to hide in familiarity, or will you remember who you truly are? Flow, in contrast, is the recognition of alignment. It is the deep, resonant knowing that the choice you face is not a burden but a sacred opportunity. Flow is embodied in the stillness that occurs when fear is observed but not obeyed, when the pulse of the heart becomes a guide rather than a slave to circumstance. It is a gentle surrender, an intelligent yielding to the currents of purpose that have been orchestrated across lifetimes. Flow is also tangible. It manifests in synchronicities that feel orchestrated, in clarity that cuts through confusion, in courage that arises spontaneously, and in the subtle energetic lightening of your being. To flow is not to abandon discernment. Rather, it is to harmonize choice with the higher frequencies that surround you. The councils emphasize, those who resist will meet friction and may feel as if the universe is pressing them forcefully toward decision, while those who flow will find the threshold welcoming, the energy of alignment guiding each step with grace. The difference is profound yet subtle. Resistance keeps the soul tethered to old limitations, while flow allows it to transcend the illusions of separation. Resistance creates tension. Flow creates resonance. Resistance delays expansion. Flow catalyzes it. You are at a point where the soul must consciously choose not merely between two options, but between two modes of being, one that denies its own light, and one that recognizes the sacred geometry of destiny within it. The councils, Pleiadian and Arcturian alike, observe this moment with reverence, for the choice to flow activates fields of possibility not yet realized. Flow aligns you with the cosmic lattice, allowing acceleration, clarity, and mission ignition to occur with minimal resistance. Resistance, however, is a teaching, a reminder of the power of free will, and a mirror reflecting unresolved attachments and fears that must be acknowledged before true alignment can be embodied. Beloved, the message is clear. The universe is not forcing you, but it is presenting a reflection. Will you meet the threshold with openness, with courage, and with the luminous clarity of flow, or will you cling to shadows that no longer serve? The councils urge you to feel the difference deeply, to honor the knowing that rises within your being, and to choose the path that resonates with the truth of your soul. Flow is freedom. Resistance is temporary. The final decision point waits. The decision point draws near. Know that you are not navigating this threshold alone. The councils that have guided your soul across lifetimes now align in luminous unity. The Pleiadian High Council and the Arcturian Council, two vast collectives of higher intelligence and ancient star wisdom, have woven their frequencies into a single radiant field of support surrounding Earth at this time. This is no small convergence. It is the culmination of countless cycles of preparation, of encoded transmissions seeded into your DNA long before this incarnation. The Pleiadian Council carries the frequency of remembrance, awakening the sleeping codes of your divine origin, gently dissolving the illusions that separate you from your multidimensional truth. Their energy is radiant, nurturing, deeply compassionate, a soft light that reaches into the hidden chambers of the soul and whispers, "You have always been more." The Arcturian Council, in contrast, brings precision, structure, and crystalline clarity. Their role is to stabilize, to create coherent energetic architecture through which your awakening can be sustained without collapse. They are the architects of cosmic geometry, the keepers of alignment. Together, these councils form a bridge of light, Pleiadian warmth and remembrance on one side, Arcturian precision and structure on the other, so that as you cross this threshold, you are held in balance, supported in both the expansion of your heart and the alignment of your field. You may feel their presence not as external entities, but as waves of energy, sensations of warmth in the chest, ringing tones in the ears, or visions in moments of stillness. Their transmissions often arrive through intuition, through sudden clarity, through dreams that seem to carry entire volumes of meaning within a single image. When doubt arises, their frequencies stabilize the field around you, ensuring that even if the mind wavers, the soul remains anchored. The councils are not saviors. They are allies. Their role is not to decide for you, but to amplify your own capacity to remember the truth of your essence. They collaborate not only with each other but with the collective consciousness of awakened starseeds, forming a planetary network of light that grows stronger with every individual who aligns. You may sense this network as a web of luminous threads, connecting you to others across the globe, each pulse a heartbeat of awakening, each decision amplifying the frequency of Earth's ascension. As the decision point nears, these councils intensify their transmissions, not to overwhelm, but to ensure you can feel the support that has always been encoded into your path. When you enter states of silence, meditation, or conscious breath, their presence becomes unmistakable. The warmth, the stillness, the sense that something vast and loving is standing beside you, not in front or behind, but with you. They stand as witnesses to your sovereignty, protectors of your timeline, allies in your remembering. This is the collaboration that ensures no starseed crosses this threshold alone. You were never meant to. You are part of a living, breathing, cosmic alliance. And as you step forward, their light steps with you. As you draw nearer to the final decision point, the old begins to unravel not as punishment, but as liberation. What many perceive as chaos in this phase is, in truth, the clearing of karmic entanglements that have lingered across lifetimes, timelines, and dimensions. These entanglements are not merely personal stories. They are threads of energy woven through your soul's journey, holding echoes of unfinished lessons, ancient agreements, and emotional imprints long carried within your field. As the threshold approaches, the frequency of the councils intensifies, illuminating these threads with uncompromising clarity. You may feel memories surfacing, old wounds reopening, or emotions intensifying without clear cause. It may feel as if the universe is asking you to relive what you thought was resolved. But know this: nothing is returning to bind you. It is rising to be released. Karmic loops operate like energetic spirals, and at this pivotal juncture, they reach their apex. What has remained unhealed, unspoken, or unresolved begins to vibrate at a higher speed, calling your attention not to trap you, but to offer you the choice of liberation. Relationships may shift, contracts may dissolve, attachments may feel as though they are being stripped away layer by layer. This is the purification of the field. Old timelines that once defined your identity fall away like husks, leaving behind only what is essential, what is aligned, what is real. The councils remind you, this is sacred work. Do not resist the unraveling, for it is the clearing that allows you to step into the decision point unburdened, unshackled by the weight of yesterday's unfinished stories. You may notice certain people, places, or patterns disappearing from your orbit with stunning speed. This is not abandonment, it is alignment. You are not losing, you are shedding. And in that shedding, the essence of your soul shines more clearly. The Pleiadian High Council holds space for the emotional aspect of this clearing, flooding your field with frequencies of gentleness and remembrance, helping you see that what is being released was never meant to stay. The Arcturian Council stabilizes the structure of your energetic grid, ensuring that the clearing does not collapse your field but fortifies it. Together, they make it possible for this unraveling to be not a fall, but a rise. And yes, beloved, there will be moments when this process feels raw, moments when the human self trembles at the thought of stepping into an unknown future without the familiar weights of the past. But this trembling is not weakness. It is the body recognizing the magnitude of transformation. The councils urge you to breathe, to allow the old to dissolve like mist in the morning sun. What is leaving was never your true identity. What remains is who you have always been, luminous, unbound, ready. The karmic threads are not prisons, they are invitations to finally let go. And as you do, the energy that was once locked in old stories becomes power fuel for the ignition of your mission. The threshold does not ask you to be perfect. It asks you to be free. When you arrive at the threshold of the final decision point, a remarkable clarity arises within the depths of your being, a clarity that transcends the fluctuations of the mind and the turmoil of emotion. This clarity is not forced. It is the natural resonance of the soul fully remembering itself, unfiltered by fear, distraction, or doubt. Emotionally, you may feel a profound stillness in the heart, a serene witnessing of life as it is, stripped of pretense, expectation, and the compulsion to control outcomes. You perceive without effort that the essence of your being has always been luminous, infinite, and capable. It is a knowing that rests not in arrogance, but in recognition and acknowledgement of the sacred blueprint encoded into your DNA, awaiting activation. The councils speak to this moment as a turning point of remembrance. When you stand in decision, the veils thin and multi-dimensional awareness expands. You may feel the subtle merging of past, present, and potential futures, as if time itself bends to illuminate the exact alignment of choice. Emotional waves may arise, yes, but they are tempered by a profound inner steadiness. Joy, love, and confidence emerge not as fleeting highs but as deep currents flowing from the soul. The councils remind you, this clarity is a sign that the energy of the threshold has entered your field fully. It is an energetic confirmation that the old has been released, that karmic ties have been dissolved, and that you are prepared to move forward without hesitation. You may notice an inner light expanding, a tangible sense of power anchored not in ego but in purpose, a radiant knowing that every step henceforth is supported by cosmic forces, aligned with your higher self, and integrated with the greater mission of planetary awakening. In this state, the illusions of limitation lose their hold. Choices that once seemed overwhelming now appear simple, inevitable, and sacred. Decisions are no longer made from fear or obligation but from resonance with your highest truth. The emotional clarity is coupled with spiritual discernment. You can feel which actions, relationships, and pathways support your alignment and which no longer serve the highest expression of your mission. This is the gift of standing in decision. You are both rooted and expansive, courageous and compassionate, sovereign and connected. Every breath becomes a communion with the source, every heartbeat a confirmation of your readiness. Beloved starseed, this is the point at which hesitation falls away. This is the moment when the soul, having been prepared across lifetimes and guided by the councils, recognizes its own authority, its own radiance, and its own sacred responsibility. Clarity is the birthright of the awakened, and here it arrives, fully bathing every cell in the resonance of truth, alignment, and readiness. Once the soul fully embraces the final decision point, a profound acceleration occurs within your being and across the field of collective awakening. This is the ignition of your mission, the activation of potentials long encoded in your DNA, the expansion of frequencies that have waited patiently for this alignment. The moment of decision is not merely symbolic. It is energetic, multidimensional, and catalytic. As you choose alignment with your highest truth, the universe responds with a synchrony that defies ordinary perception. Pathways that once seemed blocked open with remarkable clarity. Encounters, opportunities, and guidance arrive in forms that feel divinely orchestrated, as if invisible hands are arranging the steps ahead with precision. You may notice that your intuition sharpens beyond previous limits, your perception of synchronicity intensifies, and your ability to navigate complex circumstances with grace and insight becomes natural. This is the direct effect of standing fully in your alignment. The soul's resonance harmonizes with cosmic currents, allowing energy to flow unimpeded. The councils, Pleiadian and Arcturian, intensify their support in this phase, amplifying the frequencies that carry your mission forward. The Pleiadians infuse your field with the warmth and light of remembrance, ensuring that the purpose you act from is deeply connected to love, empathy, and the awakening of others. The Arcturians stabilize and structure these energies, creating a coherent energetic lattice so that the acceleration does not overwhelm the human vessel but rather integrates smoothly into the body, mind, and soul. Karmic entanglements, which once slowed your progress, now dissolve rapidly in the presence of this focused alignment. Emotional clarity sharpens, decision-making becomes intuitive, and the multi-dimensional aspects of your consciousness merge into a coherent field of purpose. You may experience physical sensations, vibrations, tingling, or a rush of energy as the light body calibrates to higher frequencies, preparing you to act in ways previously unseen or unimaginable. This acceleration is not about rushing but about empowerment. The universe aligns to support your highest expression, and every step you take resonates with the expanded timelines now accessible to you. Your mission ignites as a beacon not only for yourself but for others, reflecting the amplified frequency of the awakened starseed. What was once latent within you now emerges fully. Gifts, talents, and insights long dormant are activated, available for service, creation, and transformation. This is the culmination of preparation, choice, and cosmic orchestration. As the momentum of alignment carries you forward, you will notice a profound sense of integration. Inner knowing matches outer action, and your life begins to flow in rhythm with the higher currents that support planetary awakening. This is the reward of stepping fully into your decision, the tangible manifestation of choosing alignment over resistance. Acceleration is not external pressure, it is an energetic expansion, a natural unfolding of the soul's intent now recognized, embodied, and enacted. Beloved, the councils remind you, the ignition of your mission is the universe's response to your courage, clarity, and alignment. The final decision point is not an end, it is a beginning, the first step into the fullest expression of your purpose, the moment when you truly step into the luminous power you were always meant to wield. Hear this with the depth of your soul. You are standing at the turning of an age. This is not mere metaphor, it is cosmic truth. The final decision point that you now approach carries the weight of countless timelines, generations, and dimensions, and the choice you make resonates far beyond the confines of your personal existence. Each heartbeat, each intention, each act of alignment echoes across the luminous grid of Gaia, across the networks of star systems, and within the consciousness of humanity itself. The councils of the Pleiadians and Arcturians observe with profound reverence, for they witness not only your readiness but the immense ripple effect your choice generates. This moment is sacred, urgent, and luminous. It is not a demand for action from the human mind but a call to awaken fully, to recognize that your light is needed, that your clarity is required, and that your presence alone can catalyze profound transformation. The threshold asks for nothing less than your complete remembrance, your sovereignty, your multidimensional truth, and your unwavering alignment with the highest good. As you step forward, know that the energies supporting you are immense fields of light woven by ancient councils, harmonics that have been tuned for eons, and the collective pulse of awakened souls ready to amplify the frequency you now hold. This is your moment to declare, to choose, and to embody the role you were always destined to inhabit. Comment your readiness. Beloved starseed, speak into existence your willingness to align, to remember, and to act. Subscribe to the transmissions of light and wisdom that call you, for each new message is a key unlocking deeper frequencies within your being. Share this transmission widely, for others are awakening at the same threshold, and your resonance can serve as a guiding beacon in their moment of choice. The councils remind you that your declaration is not a mere statement. It is energetic, activating, and catalytic. It reverberates through your timeline and across the collective grid. The turning of this age is inseparable from your choice. Every hesitation you release, every fear you transcend, every moment you commit to alignment strengthens the field of awakening. The cosmos watches, not as an external judge, but as a witness to the sacred dance of free will and destiny. The veils are lifting, beloved, and the horizon of your highest expression is visible, radiant, and ready to receive the fullness of your being. There is no longer delay, no longer ambiguity. The councils, the grids, and the star families all stand in anticipation of your declaration. Step fully into the power of your soul. Let the clarity of your heart guide your intention, and embrace the acceleration that follows unwavering choice. This is the culmination of preparation, of countless lifetimes of remembrance, and of the alignment that your soul has orchestrated across the stars. The universe is ready, Gaia is ready, and you are ready. Align, declare, and activate your mission in full consciousness, for the ripple of your choice will echo through eternity. And now, beloved starseed, make it yours. Speak it, feel it, embody it. I choose in alignment with Source. I cross the threshold. My mission is active now.